Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the topic of why or why not should schools start later in the morning. And I lean towards the side of no, schools should not start later in the morning. I'm saying this for schools that are elementary, middle school, and high school because a lot of those kids do not have their driver's license yet and they can't take themselves to school and they're relying on their parents or the bus to get them to school. And most of the time, parents' jobs will start at 7:30 or 8 in the morning. And so having a school that starts earlier in the morning is a lot easier on the parents because they're getting their kids ready for school, they have to get to work on time, and all of that lines up so that the parents can get to work and be able to be home by the time that kids are getting out of school. So I lean towards the side that schools should not start later in the morning. But that's for the schools that they don't have their driver's license yet. I think with college, college students have a lot of opportunities to do a schedule that works for their work schedule too. Because college students, we have some shifts that will have to work early in the morning, maybe a 10 to 4, and then shifts will work late at night, maybe a 4 to 9. But we have the ability to get ourselves to school, and we're not waiting on our parents to get us there. We're only worried about our own schedule for ourselves. And I think that we have plenty of opportunities to change our schedule based on our work schedule and pick classes that start earlier if we want to work late shifts, or pick classes that start later if we want to work a morning shift. But we're also able to work our work schedule around class too. If we said we got a job after we started school, and our school schedules were already picked, and then we chose to get a job later. In my experience, I've had employers that were very flexible with letting me choose what times I'm able to work. So I think right now, depending on my experience, I would lean towards no, I do not think that schools should start later. I think that their times are perfect. I think actually some schools should start earlier. I know the middle school that I went to started at 9, and that was really hard for my parents to get to work on time because I was not driving and I did not want to ride the bus. And so my dad would have to be late to work every morning to get me there. And I know in high school it started at 8:30, which was a little bit better, but it's still pushing it, and I think schools that start earlier are always easier for parents. And I understand that there are parents that work from home. There are also parents and kids that don't mind riding the bus. And there are also just different situations with everyone that may disagree with me. But this is what I believe for this topic, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit, just based on what worked for me and my family when I was growing up, and how I noticed that it's easier for schools to start earlier when kids are younger, but then students in college, they have a lot more freedom to pick their schedule, so it doesn't matter in college. You don't have to take just one class. You can take a different section of a class that starts at a different time. So that's what I think about this topic, and thank you for listening.